Everyone is in awe of you. All the Middle Earth scholars couldn't help but feel sentimental. No wonder Qin Wen became a seventh-ranked town mage at such a young age. People praise you for your spirit of inquiry. The 40th year, you have an instant realization. Broke through to the 8th rank as a town mage. You took a trip around Middle Earth, from the auction house, various major sects, cultivation families, and other places. A batch of rare materials has been collected. You are the dual king of Middle Earth. People are all trying to curry favor with you. The materials you requested, many of them are half given, half sold to you. Everyone hopes to form a bond with you. Use these materials. You set up an 8th-grade town defense formation. With one move, the second to last seal on the bronze tomb was broken. At the time of the broken town, a celestial phenomenon has descended. Dragon fight, tiger battle, like a force breaking through a town. Middle Earth uproar. Countless cultivators arrived upon hearing the news. It's a pity. You tell them. There is one last seal. That requires a 9th-ranked town mage to break the town's seal. You let out a long sigh. Tell them you probably won't be able to help either. In this life, I aspire to reach the height of a 9th-rank master. It's really too difficult. Such a level of achievement, even if you possess both hard work and talent at the same time, a height that is difficult to reach, still need fate, love, understanding, and other metaphysical elements. Everyone is cheering for you. They said, you are a powerful figure of this era. The opportunities hidden in this massive ancient tomb. Can everyone in the world get a share? It's all up to you now. Seeing this point, outside, Qin Wen's malformed an O shape. The mage of Bapintown has arrived. Restoration of Ronaldo's lineup is promising. And this simulation, I can't believe I have lived for 40 more years. Calculate it. At that time, I was also in my 60s. It's not easy. It's the first time I've lived this long in the Sims. Indeed, stay away from the calamity of the southern wilderness. It's not easy to die. 50th year, before the last seal of the bronze ancient tomb. Continue to persevere in research. After 10 years. At first, there were some people who came to cheer you on, delivering supplies to you. Then no one came anymore. However, you occasionally go midway when seeking supplies from various factions. They are still very willing to give it to you. In their hearts, still holding a glimmer of hope for you. 51st year, you are facing this city. A bronze ancient tomb as massive as the majestic Mount Tai. Let out a long sigh. It has been 11 years. Understanding of the final seal up to now. Only the heavenly eye can perceive the truth in a few words. Juyin Town, ancient celestial order of the Mage division, can isolate all investigations. Destiny technique, spiritual power, precedent, space, time. There is the final seal. No one can touch this big wooden monkey. The 8 seals ahead. The feeling it gives to people. Just playing with the kids. Because only the 9th seal. Everything is perfectly fine. You firmly believe, even if you break through to the 9th-rank town mage, I'm afraid we won't be able to break this final seal. In this life, I want to know what is in the bronze ancient tomb. It seems impossible now. 52nd year, when I reached the 8th rank as a mage in the town. You have already resolved the restoration issues of Danuoyi town. As long as we find some rare materials, you can restore the Great Shift town. Middle Earth is rich in resources. It's just that various forces have a good influence on you. They will give you whatever you want. Too precious. still need to pay for the snacks. But this won't be a challenge for you. This double crown king, you can just do some town magic. Elixir, all can sell a large pile of snacks. 53rd year, you are searching all over Middle Earth for the materials needed to repair the great Nuo town. The Earth Spirit Pearl operates autonomously. Continue to enhance your golden elixir mirror cultivation. The 54th year, you continue to search for repair materials. Your realm has reached the 7th layer of the golden elixir. Since the last breakthrough in the realm, 10 years have passed. Do you know? It is your spiritual root talent. Limited your potential. The cultivation limit of 6 bottles of fire spirit root. It seems we are about to collide. 55th year, repair materials for Danuoyi town. Only one is left. The hooves of the 8-angled spirit deer from the 9-tiered spirit beasts. This spiritual beast used to be quite common in Central Land. But because its deer antler has endless, wonderful uses, leading to a large number being hunted, extinct, you ask the master of Tianji Pavilion to calculate for you. Learning of the southern wilderness, eastern Zhu, there are also some starry deer. The 8-pointed spirit deer is indeed a 9th grade spirit beast. Strong strength in places beyond Middle Earth. The cultivator's strength is not as strong as that of the Central Earth. Perhaps because of this, cannot achieve the extinction of the starry antlered deer. 56th year, you are just about to return to Nanhuang. So I bid farewell to the master of the Tianji Pavilion once again. Pathway to Wanshu Mountain. 57th year, you pass through the Wanshu Mountain Passage. Returning to the southern wilderness, it's been nearly 50 years since we last parted. You feel quite emotional. Your appearance, still in their 20s. Because you practice this blessing elixir, your beauty will never fade. 58th year, you are by the shore of a lake. Discovered the 8-pointed spirit deer. You of the 7 layers of golden elixir. The 8-pointed spirit deer is still more powerful. You only cut off 7 of his corners. Did not harm his life. 59th year, you fixed it all up for a while. From then on, even if the Tangshuan continent is vast, you can go wherever you want. Your first stop will be, this is the Hunter Yang sect. You can take a detour, instantly teleported to the Liang sect. Here, the grass and trees grow densely, a desolate expanse. The ruins of the Liangzong mountain gate are faintly visible. It seems that this magical war has come to an end. It's been a few years now. At this moment, you see someone flying on a sword. Du Zhaijin Ziuxi. You step forward slightly. The aura of a golden core realm expert. The other party immediately bowed in submission. You ask him about the past. He answered one by one. 30 years ago, the forces of righteousness and evil have officially declared a ceasefire. Both sides suffered casualties exceeding 70% in this battle. In the last few years, the scattered cultivators are all caught up. The casualties are even more severe, more than 90%. The mortal realm was also affected. 100 cities were completely turned to ashes. There are thousands of cities, suffered varying degrees of trauma. 20 years ago, the spirit vein of the southern wilderness suddenly began to wither. Only faint spiritual energy remains. Xindan, 8 British postgraduate students. I found some relatively normal small spiritual veins. They gather on those spiritual veins, avoiding the closure. Nowadays, the cultivators active in the southern wilderness. They all started cultivating Kai in recent years. The newcomer at foundation stage, due to the depletion of spiritual veins. insufficient spiritual energy. It is now impossible for anyone to build a foundation. I broke through to the golden core. Test, test, test. Seeing this, Qin shook his head repeatedly. In the southern wilderness, the paths of righteousness and evil intertwine. It is truly ruthless. Eliminate over 70% of the people on both sides. After finishing, I fear the competition for spiritual energy during the late stages of cultivation. Bring the loose cultivators into the battle as well. Let the loose cultivators die off by more than 90%. Few loose cultivators possess the golden elixir mirror. Most of them are Qi refining, minor foundation building. How could they possibly compete with the 9 sects of the right path? Heavenly Demon, 6 sects, Nanhuang cultivation realm. After the battle of good and evil, it seems to be withering away. However, even without this massacre, after the spiritual veins were exhausted, the southern wilderness will also decline. This is probably the end of the world. Qin Wen continued to read on. In this life, I am a demoness. Maybe I can live until my life is completely spent. The 60th year, you easily break through the formation seal of the tomb of the sword god, hunter of the sun, blocked by the 9-layered sword intent at the entrance of the tomb. You saw the people from the Liang sect, the stone tablet that was left behind. Chengsu, battle of good and evil, withered spirit veins. Who breaks it? Who takes it? You are very satisfied. This indicates, this time no one will disturb your broken sword intent. You have already mastered the dual sword intent. Easily break through the first 2 layers. Begin to comprehend the 3rd level. The 61st year, you have broken through the 3rd level of sword intent. The 62nd year, you comprehend the 4th level. The spiritual energy of Nanhuang has dried up, even if there is a Dai Lingzhu. The spiritual energy of the heavens and the earth that you can absorb is negligible. It is almost impossible to improve one's cultivation. If you really want to cultivate, you might need to use spirit stones as a source of spiritual energy. For the golden elixir mirror, the number of spirit stones spent will be astronomical. So, you simply stop caring about your cultivation level. Anyway, you have 6 bottles of fire spirit root. Can cultivate to the 7th layer of the golden Dan. It's considered a normal achievement. You focus intently on the essence of the sword. The 63rd year, you are comprehending the 4th level. When feeling tired, you just practice the Dragon God technique. There are also some ancient earth-level cultivation techniques found from the 7 absolute realms back then. The 65th year, you have broken through the 4th layer of sword intent. Year 66, you are comprehending the 5th level, cultivating various heavenly levels. Earth-level cultivation method, although your cultivation hasn't improved. But the combat power has increased significantly. 70th year, you still haven't seen through the 5th layer. Do you know about this thing and the formation? Like alchemy, need talent. If there is no talent, through hard work, one can achieve a certain level of success. But I want to take it a step further. It's incredibly difficult. This point, you have a deep understanding. Moreover, even with talent, to reach the highest peak, it's not an easy thing. Just like your alchemy and formations. Currently, all are at the 8th rank, thinking of reaching the 9th rank. It's no longer a problem that can be solved by hard work. Even the help of talent is minimal. This year, you are still comprehending the sword intent at the ruins of the fierce sun sect. Suddenly, you sensed a powerful aura approaching you, and not just one. A group of burly men covered in black hair. Desire flies in. Your gaze swept across. The Heavenly Eye informed you of the details. Balian Manzu, Jindan's second layer, possessed by the Earth Demon. Actual combat power, reason layer. Information about each tribe is displayed. They were possessed by the Earth Demon. One of the barbarians said, "I thought all the cultivators from the southern wilderness had perished. I didn't expect to find someone with an otherworldly aura." Speaking of these 10 barbarians, every one has taken action against you. On the surface, they only assistance, cultivation of the golden elixir realm. But as soon as the fight started, each person should do their part. You refuse to back down. The long sword is unsheathed, with the intent of the fourfold blazing sun sword god. Caught them off guard. The other party directly calls you. Indeed, such a powerful sword cultivator. You transform into a divine dragon. 7-tiered dragon god palace. Killed 3 people on the spot. Additionally, the 7 tribes became serious. You set up formations while fighting. As an 8th rank beret master, you're a ray. They can't even break the formation. I can't even understand it. You used the heavenly fire extinction formation. Cooperate with your purple flame sacred fire. Bring the other 7 people. Burn them all to ashes. Before they died, directly kicked against a hard wall because your final move was too fierce. Their storage bags were all burned up. You didn't catch anything at all. However, don't be so harsh. You might lose. After all, the other party is stronger than you. Reaching a higher realm. Barbarians. Demon of the earth. What the hell? Seeing the Sims up to this point. What is a question mark? This time I've lived so long. I thought I could handle it. The sword intent of the fiery sun sword god has arrived. I didn't expect that. Unexpected events still occurred. This barbarian. Shouldn't we be in Balian? How did I cross half a continent? Ran to the southern wilderness. And they were possessed by some earth daemon. The combat power became extremely fierce. What is this earth demon? There is one more thing. One of the barbarians said, "You have an ethereal aura, so I have to kill myself." What is celestial energy? The amount of information is immense. But we need to figure it out. Otherwise, 70 years later, it has come to an end again. Please continue watching. 71st year. These barbarians. Daimo. It gives you a feeling of unease in your heart. You travel south all the way. Flew over the ocean. Back to the beginning. Just arrived on this little island in the world. The talent of the Pirate King begins to show. Do you feel more at ease now? But a few days later, you are at sea. Sensed a strong crisis. One Piece talent. I should guide you in a safe direction. But this time you can't feel it. Danger surrounds from all directions. A figure appears in front of you. It is still the Northern Yang barbarians. But he is the barbarian king. He himself has the cultivation of 6 layers of reason. Moreover, he was also possessed by the earth demon. The true combat power has reached the 9th level of transformation. The other party wants to kill you. The reason is the same. I want to absorb your celestial energy. You fight with all your might. You unleash the demon lord possession talent. The boundary has also elevated to a higher level. The talent of the Pirate King is also coming into play. Strength increased more than 3-fold. Dragon God Palace unleashed. Your combat power, theoretically, surpassed the 9th layer of the transformation realm. But you still lost. The opponent severed their own arm in battle, swallowed it down. Then the realm directly transcended the transformation stage, attracted a thunder calamity, lightning tribulation ignoring the formation, You raised the sky's curtain of thunder, blocked a layer of thunder calamity. The barbarian king was taken aback. I am astonished by you, surprisingly able to withstand the lightning tribulation. He broke another arm. The boundary has once again skyrocketed, attracted a stronger thunderstorm. This time, the thunderstorm cannot be stopped. You have been struck down. Damn it. Can't beat it. I will use the thunder calamity to kill me. Quebec. This version of myself is so strong. In the end, he actually died at the hands of the thunder tribulation. What is celestial energy? These barbaric people. Why does everyone want to kill themselves to seize the celestial energy? Wait a moment. Could it be the aura of immortality? Destiny's breath. I think it's very likely. The prodigy was gifted with exceptional intelligence. Let him basically be able to determine the so-called celestial aura in the mouths of the barbarians. This is the destiny aura mentioned by the master of the Tianji Pavilion. They are the ones who came from Blue Star, the one and only sent. It seems these earth demons want celestial energy. A group of demons actually wants celestial energy, not afraid of getting crushed. Truly bizarre. Once upon a time, there was a earth demon. If it had started with possessing Bail Yang, words of the barbarian, that the barbarians have arrived in the South Wilderness. It indicates that the midpoint has already been breached. Goodness, the barbarian invasion. It seems that after 70 years. Now, it should have been earlier. A great catastrophe is still looming over the mainland. It truly is a disaster every 50 years. Don't think too much. Let's first take a look at the gains from the simulation. Simulation ends. You can choose one of the following talents. Fun. Idle clouds and wild cranes. Bad. When you traveled across the continent, you will encounter many people who can help you. 2. Searching for the dragon's secret. Zhen. Searching for dragons, observing Chan Mountain. One layer of Zen is one layer of observation. This day, there is no grave you cannot find. There's no grave you can't handle. The probability of obtaining the tomb's source has been maximized. Immunity from death in the tomb. 3. Coming to see you. Jin. Heaven did not give birth to you, Qin Wen. Seeing eternity as a long night. The strongest encounters talent. You don't practice swordsmanship. Who practices swordsmanship must earn a reward. Research on memory by the Mage of Bapintown. 8-rank alchemists research on memory. Repair methods for the Great Relocation Town. Fourfold Sun Hunter Sword God Sword Intent Comprehension. In this talent, this time, for the first time, 2 golden talents appeared. It may have something to do with living a long life in this lifetime. There are also a lot of rewards to be gained. Qin must first be in the 2 golden talents. Make some choices. The function of golden talent. It's often not something that can be explained in just a few sentences. So, only after truly obtaining it, in the simulation, or used in reality, only then can one harness the power of the golden talent. Everything has been developed. At this moment, Qin asked, so he needed to think hard. Think about it. These 2 talents. Which one is the most needed right now? Or it might be more helpful for future simulations. In the recent simulation, Qin Wen has already come into contact with. Without a strong innate talent, I have reached the pinnacle of understanding sword intent that can be touched. That's 4 layers. Choosing the sword comes with talent. Next simulation, it is highly possible that I will comprehend the 7 layers. Yayan sword intent. The 9-fold sword intent depends on fate. This thing is like a dry leaf, the highest realm. It requires fate. But If choosing the dragon-seeking method, it should also be helpful, because of the grave of the sheep hunter sword god. It's also a grave, although others did not die. But that is his mortal see, in the Wanshu mountain, the seal of the bronze ancient tomb, with the dragon-seeking code, maybe add your own. The abilities of an 8th rank array master. You can break into the bronze ancient tomb. The last seal has been set. 70 years later, barbarian invasion. I will be targeted by the barbarian king. That battle was inevitable. If not choosing the sword then, comprehending the 9 layers of sword intent. How to get through this calamity? After much entanglement, Qin Wen still chose the sword, the talents he has chosen so far, lacking this kind of thing, the ability to focus on killing. The sword arrives just in time. Qin Wen replaced Qiu Shengdan Ni with a sword. It's already this late. The issue of survival no longer exists. After choosing talents, the research skills of an 8th rank array master, the research skills of an 8th rank alchemist, 2 profound currents. Qin Wen's intelligence and brain capacity, it won't explode all at once, and can quickly organize this knowledge and memories. As long as I can digest all these memories, Qin Wen can exist in reality. Also officially became an 8th grade alchemist, at the level of an 8th tier formation master. Bapin, this is set in the entire Jiangsuan continent. It's all for the alchemists. The level of a formation master is unattainable. Moreover, Qin Wen also possesses, with just these 2 skills, Qin Wen's future in the cultivation world can occupy countless seats. Besides the memories of these 2 cultivation side professions, there is still the memory of repairing the great relocation array. With this memory, from now on during simulations, no need for yourself. Spent time studying the great migration array. Directly find the materials. Just recover and it will be fine. Finally, it is the fourfold suggestion of understanding. Understanding is a very abstract concept. Need Qin Wen Hua a lot of time to digest and understand. Only then can it be applied in real combat. The harvest is truly abundant. Qin Wen is not in a hurry to simulate. He wants to first impart all of his knowledge. Memory, realization, all have been integrated seamlessly to avoid the next simulation. Deliver another batch to him. When the time comes, even with divine abilities, it's not good to be afraid either. Before entering seclusion for enlightenment, Qin Wen told Tom, sailing in one direction, Captain, where are we going? Mainland. Based on the recently concluded simulation, Qin Wen changed the order of seizing opportunities. First, go to the fishing village on the mainland. Take the remnants of the Thunderwood. Then stationed at Heijiao, Hulong. Finally, let Shenlong help retrieve the Earth Spirit Pearl. Perfect loop. Mainland. Are we landing now? Yes. Pay attention to the course. There may be storms along the way. Vortex. The monster beasts in the sea pose a threat. Don't be careless. Yes, yes, yes. Tom wasn't worried at all, because whenever their boat, when faced with these dangers, Captain Qin Wen would always inform them in advance. So Jerry and the others speculated. Does Qin Wen have the ability to foresee? However, after everyone's observation, he seems to only foresee the dangers at sea. Everyone can only understand it as he is a natural sailor, can infer from the slightest clues, seeing the danger at sea. Blue Star, Euaxia official live stream. 20 days have passed in the blink of an eye. In these 20 days, Qin Wen's live stream room, it's rare that the black screen didn't appear. Because of these 20 days, Qin Wen every day, aside from eating, drinking, and daily necessities. Everyone is in their own room in seclusion, as if trying to comprehend something. The host of a daytime segment, Jen Zioxian, spoke incomprehensibly. What is Qin Wen pondering? Hasn't he already reached the ninth level of body tempering? Did not obtain the method for the Chi refining mirror. He won't come up with anything significant during his retreat. The bullet comments started to roll in. Qin Wen doesn't drive. I'm not used to it anymore. Leisure should be urgent. Say it again. He is driving. You can only see a black screen. Recently, I saw representatives from several countries. They have already landed on the mainland. The phase of maritime supremacy. I guess it's over now. Next, let's see who can obtain the good cultivation technique. Going further, Qin Wen should start to feel anxious now. He is no longer in first place now. Fan Sila from the Windmill Kingdom. Fan Kyanla, sister, already at the first level of Chi refinement. That girl has good luck. As soon as I landed, I was just taken by a master of original sound mirrors. Became a disciple. I curse his master. Actually, it is to take over his body. Master Mo, Wu Qiu, the people in this leisure community are quite friendly. I see those black and white people. They don't even consider them monsters. Time until the heavenly path leisure begins. 5 months have passed in the blink of an eye. Those who are not suitable for the leisure industry has already been eliminated for various reasons. One generation after another has changed. Always have a steadfast heart. The person seeking leisure was chosen. During this process of changing personnel, official organization for global Heavenly Way leisure summarized a lot of valuable experiences, promoting among the public, so the people later on, survival rate, mental strength, etc., all have significantly increased. Just as the comments in the live stream said, Qin Wen is no longer at the highest realm. It has been 5 months. There are always those who are lucky, arrive at the mainland. Got the cultivation technique as well. But there is a leisure simulator present. Qin Wen is not the least bit flustered. What does this little setback matter? Unlocking better talents. Later, he could soar into the sky and catch up. At this moment, Qin Wen already landed in the southern wilderness. That little fishing village. He finally arrived at almost every simulation. This fishing village everyone visits. Xianshan Linbao. Chan Lei Mu Kanjai. It should be in the bowl now. Sailing on the sea. 3 months of the golden Malay ship. Gently approaching the shore. Qin Wen and his group, streaming down from the ship, attracted the fishermen casting their nets on the shore, the farmer woman washing clothes. Please pay attention. Sigh, lunk, lunk, lunk. Some blonde-haired people have arrived. The strange person with blue eyes. Yo, this time it's not the black kid, the one in the lead. It seems to look just like us. It's been really strange lately. Grandma on the sea, what strange people. They all wore tattered clothes. No one has proper clothes. These weird people are quite interesting. The accent is really funny. Qin Wen eats the water bill like candy every day. His physical form is not only delicate but also very pure, free from any mundane impurities. The 5 senses are much sharper than those of an ordinary person. So the villagers' discussions. He heard it all in his ears. It seems someone has already taken the lead. Landed on the mainland. In the absence of a large ship. These people are so lucky. Qin Wen approached an elderly woman. This aunt is not afraid of him, because Qin Wen had no weapon in hand. Dressed in a shabby manner. Mainly looks handsome. It gives a sense of warmth. Aunt, Where is your village chief? In our village temple. Over there. It's right over there. Qin Wen turned to look in the direction pointed by the old lady. The entire fishing village, most of them are thatched cottages, or the wooden house. Only that ancestral hall. It is built with stones. Very good person. Qin Wen to Tom, Natasha and the others said, unload all the supplies from the ship. Don't lie to me. Qin Wen's waist. The storage bag is already full. The way of heaven leaves its mark on every person's island. They are all the most basic storage bags. It can't hold much inside. Qin Wen could only be this extravagant. A waist pouch filled with items. These bags contain, filled up. He scavenged snacks on various islands. Zero grass, and the elixirs he concocted when he was bored. The formation of research, and some low-grade magical tools, Fu Lu and such. If cultivating immortality is like starting a business, this waste storage bag. This is Qin Wen's startup capital. Qin Wen was full of vigor and enthusiasm. Push open the doors of the village shrine. Come to receive his angel investment. Village chief, I have arrived. Qin Wen spoke in the tone of an old friend. Can we still be friends? In the simulation. How many times have we helped this village deal with bandits? Result. As soon as the door opens, Qin Wen felt as if struck by a bolt from the blue. A tall black man, around 1.9 meters, wearing an ant cloak like a chivalrous hero. A long knife hung from his waist, both hands supporting. The village chief is about to hand him a black branch. Stop it. Qin Wen rushed forward in a single leap. Incredible speed. He moved with lightning speed, seized the remnants of the thunderwood branch in his hands. At the same time, the heavenly eye glanced at the black man, Jameson, Blue Star Hippo Nation, at 25 years old, 7 bottles of Tiran roots, refining tools level 1. I knew it. This may be the destined person from the Blue Star. Moreover, he had reached the realm of artifact refinement. The simulator cannot replicate his life trajectory. So, only then will this scene appear before us. A scene that took Qin Wen by surprise. The story shouldn't have turned out this way. It should be Qin Wen who helped the fishing village take care of it. The bandits, who often come to collect protection fees, then receive feedback from the village chief, obtain the remnants of the heavenly thunder wood. But now, this old black guy meddled in. Bandit 80%. He has already taken care of it. Jameson was not annoyed, solemn and serious. Speak in fluent Mandarin. This fellow cultivator. Why did they steal the gift the village chief gave me? Oh, Qin Wen was still quite angry. As soon as this old man opened his mouth, laughed out loud on the spot. A black man with a strange accent said, "This fellow deist," still holding the demeanor of an ancient person. It's so funny. The village chief is quite fierce too, looking at Qin Wen dressed in a suit made of leaves. Young man, are you also someone who came from the ocean? Exactly. So you must be friends, right? Jameson is a step slow. Look up and down after Qin Wen. Suddenly realized. Blue stars. Qin Wen nodded. Which country are you from? Sakura. Qin Wen snorted. Your father. Euxia. I thought those who love to steal are. It is from Sakura country. It turns out it is the Huaxia nation. My apologies, my apologies. Your country often assists us African nations with infrastructure. I am very grateful. But stealing is wrong. The gift that the village chief gave me. Give it back to me. This is the village chief's intention. Qin Wen took a look. This old man seems a bit slow-witted. It seems that violence is no longer necessary. Qin Wen originally didn't want to forcibly seize the treasures of the fishing village, because during the first simulation of the battle between the righteous and the demonic, he is a practitioner of the dark arts. I was chased here by a group of righteous warriors. The people of the fishing village protected him. They are a group of mortals, unexpectedly following in their eyes. The cultivator, regarded as an ancestor, fights back. Just to protect him, a demonic path cultivator. Qin Wen knows. This is a group of kind and simple people. They have been excessively violent towards them. And, kid, do you know, just had better luck. The early bird catches the worm when mentioning the phrase to seize the opportunity. Qin Wen's teeth were about to shatter. He increasingly feels that landing early was the right decision. 197 countries. There's always a European emperor, wishing you a smooth journey, sitting on a broken boat, drifted ashore. Once these people obtain the cultivation method, training to the level of the artifact refining mirror, I can't replicate their tricks. It will interfere with his judgment of the future. But Qin Wen didn't expect. The first European emperor I encountered. It's a flying ball. Speechless. Jameson and the village chief were both confused. This fellow villager, why do you say? This thing was originally yours. Didn't you just come ashore today? Qin Wen complained. Da Lao He, your Chinese is quite good. Everyone in the village knows. Jameson smiled. I used to work at the original construction site of Huaxia Company. I have been a small team leader. Learned Chinese from the project manager who came from Huaxia. He also taught me ancient poetry. No wonder this old man can be at this time reached the first level of artifact forging, looking at the martial arts techniques and such. For him, there should not be much of an obstacle. The problem with the thunderbolt curtain. We still need to resolve this properly. Lao He. No. Peixian. This thin. I'll buy it for you with snacks. Qin Wen flipped his hand. He took out 10 pieces of low-grade snacks from the storage bag. Jameson has just officially stepped into leisure. Moreover, he can only be considered a free agent. I know very little about leisure knowledge. So he realizes the importance of snacks. No concept at all. Qin Wen wants to exchange 10 stones. Immediately shook his head. No, no, no. This is a gift from the village chief. They thanked me for killing the bandits. This is a very important monument. Do you not know? What is the use of snacks? Qin Wen increases the stakes. A bottle of Ziswidin. This then. I can help you cleanse your mind and soul. Don't think that you're already out of energy. But you definitely haven't tried the bone cleansing pill. The physical condition is not very good. I am not sick. Why take medicine? Seeing 2 people discussing uncertainly. The village chief chuckled. 2 heroes. May I have a word with you? The 2 looked at the village chief. I can see it. This little brother. It also requires skill. Why don't you help us solve another problem in our village? Who can make it happen? Whoever obtains this treasure. How are you? Jameson patted his chest. Spoke justly. Village chief, you say. After I came ashore, it was you who took me in. As long as it's trouble in the village, I will definitely solve this for you. Qin Wen also nodded in agreement. No problem. If it were someone else. Qin Wen directly snatched it away. But for this simple fishing village, Qin Wen still hopes to use a gentle approach. In the nearby sea, a group of pirates is active. They not only robbed fishermen and merchant ships at sea, sometimes they come ashore to disturb us. two great heroes. Who can eliminate the pirates? Who does this treasure belong to? Jameson knew he was a level 1 cultivator in artifact refining, dealing with a group of mortal pirates. It's not a problem at all. Immediately agreed wholeheartedly. Qin Wen is fine now. He was originally going to set out to find the reefs, easily kill a group of robbers. It's just a simple gesture. If I'm not mistaken, this group of pirates is what he simulated, the group we occasionally run into. Qin Wen even knew how long they had been together. Where is the plundered treasure hidden? Qin Wen gestured with the broken limb of the thunderwood in his hand. Village chief, I have a small request. Can I borrow this treasure for a while? The village chief is indeed as simple as ever. It's fine. You can take it and use it. Anyway, here in our place. No one can unleash its power either. Jameson couldn't sense the spiritual energy on Qin Wen. I know that Qin Wen hasn't reached the artifact refining stage yet. Okay, this way is also fairer. I have a higher realm than you. You are allowed to use this treasure to deal with the pirates. But after I eliminate the pirates, you have to return this treasure to me. Qin Wen smiled and nodded. Return to you. You're like a headless chicken. How is it possible to find where the pirates are? When I came out of the ancestral hall, Qin Wen got to know this naive big guy, his experiences over the past 5 months. This old black man, he is simply a person who answers every question. Ask him what? Just come clean. Jameson is actually the second deist immortal of Hippopotamus country. The first time setting sail, the storm overturned the small boat, drowned. After Jameson was selected, feeling very lost. He understands Chinese. So I simply started training on the island. Once the boundary reaches the 7th layer of the brittle state, he felt that staying on the island any longer was unwise. He's going to go crazy. So I brought a little fresh water and food. So they set off on an adventure at sea. I didn't expect his luck to be so good. Simply a god of luck. The journey was smooth and calm. Drifted for a month. A month ago, drifted near the fishing village, discovered by the villagers. At that time, hunger combined with dehydration, on the brink of life and death. If it weren't for the cultivation supporting the body, by the time the villagers could save him, he had already passed away. Later, he thanked the villagers for saving him, helping to fish and hunt in the village. By chance, in the nearby mountains, he helped an injured Kai refinement practitioner. The wandering cultivator thanked him for his help. He has a pure and delicate cultivation. He also realized that he didn't have the Kai refinement technique. He was given a technique book that could help him reach the 9th level of Kai refinement. The plot continues. It's pretty similar to what Qin asked earlier. This guy reached the 1st level of Kai refinement. Bandits demanding protection fees have come to the village. Jameson, in a fit of anger, eliminate them and attack the bandits' lair. Eliminate future troubles completely. Qin couldn't help but complain. Damn it. This is a beginner's village. Whoever comes will trigger the main quest. Jameson couldn't understand what he meant. Qin sighed deeply. Praise him as the European emperor. Without further delay. Attache. After Tom and the others unloaded all the supplies from the ship, Qin Wen set out to sea alone on a boat. Jameson also got it from the fishermen, borrowed a fishing boat to go out to sea. Jameson is still waving at Qin from the sea. Qin brothers, I will not lose to you. Let's see who can set sail for the village. This big old hay is truly innocent and adorable. Look at his enthusiastic demeanor. It seems like I really enjoy being a hero. the feeling of eliminating harm for the people. Qin Wen is different. He is certainly not one to get up early. He knows exactly where the pirate is. But if there's no benefit, he couldn't care less about other people's business. By the shore, Natasha, Bum, Jerry, and 10 others, watching Qin Wen's boat drift further away. What is he going to do? Listening to the villagers discuss. He seems to be competing with that black man. Who can solve the pirate problem in the nearby sea first? This just logged in. How did I end up in the competition? The captain is too impulsive in his actions. I can never keep up. Jerry looked at this backward place, like the ancient villages in Huaxia costume dramas. Everyone, why not use our modern knowledge? Change this world. Tom raised an eyebrow. You have some great ideas. However, I still want to try amending the Constitution. What if it succeeds? Can one achieve immortality? Jerry shook his head. That's too illusory. I prefer the practical. Natasha looked at the sea. I looked at the fishing village again. He felt a bit lost. I don't know how to navigate my future path. At this moment, just as confused as Natasha. There are still quite a few people arrived at the lonely island from Blue Star. Following Qin again. Arrived from the lonely island to the mainland. Then what? Everyone is deep in thought. The fundamental question. Where I come from? Where should I go? On the sea. Must stir the waves. Qin's goal is clear. Head straight to the island where the pirates hide their treasure. Along the way, the sensing of talent in Meteor Pirate King, every time I encounter a reef, that feeling is not about encountering an opportunity, but a sense of danger and crisis. After all, under normal circumstances, a person approached the Jiaolong for a chat. Who would care about you? It's a miracle if I don't smack you with my tail. Coral Reef, oh Coral Reef, where are you? Above the vast ocean? Qin asked based on a recent simulation. Memory of the location of the pirate treasure island obtained, according to the direction of the nautical chart, drifting towards that island. Every day on the deck, Jiang Zhang hopes. I hope to sense the coral reef. At this moment, the forced simulation bug in the emulator. It is useful. Qin asked if everything was fine. Just use 500 spirit points. Take a 30-day simulation. Let's see how many days I can manage. What location detects the reef? Unfortunately, the reef spirits are elusive. To meet things, you really need some luck. But it shouldn't be a big problem. After all, there have been many simulations before. Everyone can find it. As short as about 20 days. It can take 1 to 2 months. 3 days later, Qin arrived at the island where the pirates buried their treasure. What kind of person? Where did you come from? Don't approach the shore. There is someone by the shore reaching out their hand, holding the curved knife, wearing a gray, shabby short shirt. The skin is dark. At first glance, they look like a small clan of pirates. Qin did not waste words with the guards. Took out a water wave talisman from the storage bag. Use internal energy to stimulate. Big waves crashing. Directly guarding the shore. Was swept into the sea. Low-level talismans. It can be stimulated using internal energy. A little more advanced. Just needs spiritual power. The crispy body can't handle it anymore. Oh dear. Help. Spare my life, immortal. Unbeknownst to them, the celestial beings have arrived. We just contradicted you. Spare me, Qin asked from the deck. A leap of several dozen meters. Jumped onto the beach. Shouted at those pirates soaking in the seawater. Watch my boat. A nail is missing. Just take your heads as compensation. The pirates nodded repeatedly. immediately patted his chest and vowed, "The immortal can rest assured. We will definitely take good care of your boat. Who wants to touch your boat? Just step over our bodies first. A person is on the boat." Qin asked if she was satisfied, walking towards a rocky mountain on the island. "Pirate's treasure. They are all inside a cave." Qin asked if he had touched your memory before, so familiar with the route. In just a moment they saw the cave. There are guards at the cave entrance as well. There are more than 20 skinny pirates. They are gathered together playing dice. Open. Bid bid. Bid. Small. Little. Small. Leopard. Oh no. Why is it a leopard again? Lao Wan. Are you cheating? The dealer has won all. The pirates pulled from their pockets. Pulled out a bunch of valuable items. Golden ingots shining brightly. Big Malaysia braid. The emerald green jade. Qin Wen. They actually used these things to gamble. Casually tossed onto the gambling table. Most likely it's a case of holding onto stolen goods. These people are addicted to gambling. I didn't even notice that Qin Wen had arrived. "Hey, the treasure you have here. Now it's mine." Qin asked to speak. The pirates finally noticed his presence. "Who are you looking at?" "Wild man. Not even clothes. He ran out wearing just a leaf. These days, even wild men dare to bully our yellow-beard pirate crew." There was a big bearded pirate. Irritable temper. He drew his sword and threw it towards Qin Wen. "The wild man can go die elsewhere. Layazi lost money. I'm really angry right now." Qin's neck slightly trembled. Dodged the cutlass thrown by the bearded pirate. "Is that so? I am also very angry." With a lift of the hand, Qin unleashed a wave of purple sacred fire. The bearded pirate was instantly ignited. The sacred fire burns very quickly. In the blink of an eye, the big bearded pirate has turned into a wisp of smoke. The audience was silent. Heavenly Dao. Splashing sound. In a breath's time. More than 20 pirates. Everyone knelt down to Qin. "Spare me, idle person." And just now those few in the shadows. Similar lines. These pirates are quite clear about it. Between mortals and cultivators, they are from completely different worlds. No matter how many people there are, if the other party understood even a little magic, going up is just asking for death. Qin said softly, "Who just won the money?" "That dealer known as Lao Wan." He raised it tremblingly. "Just hug, 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 hug. Leopard killing spree. I won money." Qin glanced at him. "He is a stutterer. There's no problem with passing the message, right? Old Wan isn't actually a stutterer." Just saw Qin ask for a fire. In the blink of an eye, a person turned to ashes. Scared to death. No problem at all. Qin nodded. She smiled slightly, but the next moment he was engulfed in purple flames. Fingers danced gracefully. Tiny flames shot out. Aside from old Wand, the center of all pirates' brows. The burning power of the sacred fire is terrifying. Burn through these people's brains directly. Pew, pew, pew. Except for Lao Wang. Everyone else is dead. These pirates are committing crimes at sea. The matter of murder and treasure theft. I don't know how many times I've done it. Otherwise, the treasure of this cave would not have come here. Each of them had in their hands. There are several lives at stake. Qin asked to kill them. Not even a blink. Go find your leader. Have them arrive here within a day. And I will take all of you from the pirate crew with me. Missing one. You're dead for sure." Speaking, Qin noticed a faint purple flame rising from his little finger. The last remaining pirate. "How could I dare to disobey?" Ran away in a hurry. Qin Wen enters the cave. I saw gold, silver, and jewels in a cave. Various treasures shine brightly. It's dazzling enough to blind someone. At this moment, the Blue Star audience watching the Huaxia Tiandao live stream. Everyone is drooling. The resources and treasures of the cultivator. The Blue Star people felt nothing as they looked on. A spiritual stone mountain stands before us. The Blue Star people do not experience any emotional fluctuations. But the mountain before me is piled high with gold, silver, and jewels. It's so heartwarming. Please calculate. This pile of treasure. How many apartments can you buy in the Magic City? Qin is so happy, but so much money. In this life, I have nothing to worry about. Their goal is to cultivate immortality. It is immortality. How could one take a fancy to gold and silver treasures? Please open the pattern. Next scene. Everyone saw. Qin poured out all the spirit stones from a storage bag. Then they began to frantically collect gold ingots. Live stream comments. Suddenly, a wave of omission passed by. Where's that guy from earlier? Hi there. A penny can defeat a hero. Even cultivators need to eat, drink, and take care of their basic needs. Do we have to interact with the secular world? It's normal to make some money. Rich in fortune, poor in family. Out and about. How can you not have any money at all? The next moment, everyone sees again. Qin felt that having a storage bag was not enough. He took down a few storage bags from his waist again, installed a large amount of jade, agate, jewel, in the live broadcast room. Once again, a pile of omissions drifted by. You call this a little bit of money? It is a little bit of money. Shorty, we definitely need to fill all the storage bags. Aye. Normal. To understand. After all, the cumbersome wealth. Sometimes you can also buy cultivation supplies. All of this is for the purpose of cultivating immortality. In order to cultivate immortality. Shorty, these pirates are incredibly rich, but it can be inferred from the simulation. None of them are cultivators. To the point that Qin once thought, these pirates are also arranged by the way of heaven. Who struck first? Whoever can find this extra treasure. Qin took away about 30% of these treasures. It's not that he doesn't want to take the remaining 70%. The storage bag just can't hold it all. We can't just throw away all the cultivation supplies. For cultivators, earthly wealth has limited value, as long as it's enough. The snacks that were spilled out. All have been integrated by Qin Wen. Cannot waste. The simulator suddenly gained 23,000 power points. This time it won't be simulated completely. I want to exploit that 30-day precise simulation bug. I can't do it anymore. After Qin finished tidying up the documents. Outside the cave, voices are noisy. The pirates must have arrived. Unbeknownst to us, the immortal has arrived. Huang had lost the long-awaited welcome. Qin turned back to take a look. A chubby man with a yellow mustache. Kneeling before him were a dozen or so loyal subordinates. Outside the cave, a crowd of people gathered. This pirate is also Shicheng. You really brought all your subordinates. All right. To avoid letting any fish slip through the net. Huang argued that 49 years old. No spirit root, people of Baoyang village in Dongju. In his early years, he unintentionally drifted to the South Sea Islands, formed a pirate crew with a bunch of scoundrels. The Heavenly Eye informed Qin Wen all information about this pirate leader, including his past experiences. I saw his pirate crew. Since its creation, I have already killed over 5,000 mortals. Qin couldn't help but frown. No wonder they could snatch so many treasures. It is truly cruel. Huang ergo, today I come. I came to borrow something from you. Huang ergu's expression changed in shock. One's true name, but no one knows. The brothers usually call him Huang Huzi, or the boss. Huang ergu is his real name, since he arrived in the southern wild sea area, never mentioned before. This person looks quite young. Indeed, it is a celestial being. Immortal, you say. As long as I, Huang ergu, have it, I will definitely give it to you. If I don't have it, I did everything I could to bring it to you. The dozen or so trusted aides beside him. There are other pirates outside the cave. They all showed expressions of surprise. The boss said so. That indicates. This immortal said he is Huang ergu. It's true. Indeed, it's an immortal. So amazing. I recognized the boss's real name at a glance. However, the leader's real name is actually Huang ergu. I'm sorry. Don't laugh. The immortal turned back and left. Be careful. The boss might use your head as a chamber pot. Smiled. This smile seems harmless to both humans and animals, but spoke words that sent chills down one's spine. I want to meet you first. Huang ergu was stunned. Uh, Before he could react, he felt everything in the cave. Everything is spinning. Uh, then with a bang, he saw a headless body, kneeling on the ground. He is dead. Please take out the golden iron sword from the storage bag. Quick, accurate, and steady. Huang ergu didn't even feel any pain. Other pirate sword styles. They all knelt down, begging for mercy, kneeling and banging my head desperately. In an instant, the sound of bowing. The tremors made the cave shake slightly. Spare me, immortal! When did we offend the immortal? Why would the immortals want to go against us mortals? Everything is instigated by Huang ergu. We are innocent. The gaze swept over all the pirates. The information revealed by the heavenly eye shows each of them has a life in their hands. He said lightly, someone is doing piracy. Is there no killing or smuggling? A sly and furtive-looking guy suddenly stood up. I don't have it. I just joined yesterday. Broken. This guy's head seemed to fly off. May I ask about the wind-chasing sword technique? The figure in the eyes of mortals. Swift as a ghost. I cut off that guy's head. In the blink of an eye, they returned to their original place. It seems like nothing happened. The sword didn't even have a drop of blood on it. He lied. He actually joined the pirate crew 10 years ago. Altogether, he participated in 50 acts of murder and smuggling. A total of 107 people were killed. Everyone was stunned. Stunned and speechless. They all say that immortals are powerful. But when I really saw it, I didn't expect it to be this impressive. This is a minute-by-minute recount. It's like they are digging up the ancestors of their family for 18 generations. Indeed, immortals are skilled in divination. The storyteller wasn't lying. May I ask again? Is there more? This time, no one dared to stand up anymore, lying in front of the immortal. So stupid. There are passionate people. Can't take it anymore. The front line shouts. No matter what, it's death. Brothers, I'll fight him. One person called out. By Renyi. 10 breaths later, please ask to walk out of the cave, holding the head of Huang ergu in his hand. Inside the cave, purple sacred fire, blazing fire, blue star, Huaxia official live stream. Seeing this scene, the host of the live broadcast, Jen Zioxin, exclaimed it was thrilling. Uphold justice for heaven, eliminating harm for the people. Is this what they call the great oppressor? For the nation and the people. Good. Very good. Today in the live stream, among the guests, there was a famous writer of youth pain literature, Xiao Ming. Xiao Ming said lightly, he is after the treasure of the fishing village, and the pirate's treasure, although it has indeed rid the people of harm. But it is also. It's not something to be taken lightly. And to be honest, he kills like this. I feel no different from a pirate. It's all about murder and treasure hunting. Jen Zioxian raised an eyebrow. Uh, isn't it different from being a pirate? These pirates must be eliminated. They will continue to harm others around. I don't know how many people will die. Doesn't that indirectly save many people? Today we have another guest, Zhang San the outlaw. In legal terms, we do need to consider the motivation behind a person's actions. Xiao Ming said proudly. Look, Teacher Zhang agrees with me. Zhang San added with a smile. But that was on the blue planet. The laws of coveting the blue star. But may I ask them? Now in the cultivation world, there no laws can touch the pirates. Then we can only use swords and blades. Xiao Ming strides confidently. Stopped talking. Today, Bing Bing is guest starring for a day. She smiled sweetly and mediated the situation. Changed the subject. Well, may I ask how you acquired so much treasure? If I had so much money, definitely quit directly. First, go on a trip to test the sword. 2 steps, 10 circles, the atmosphere of the live stream, gradually easing up. But in the bullet comments, still haven't let Xiao Ming go. Silent. No one thinks of you as mute. That's the world of cultivating immortality. You measure it by our moral standards here. Why didn't they let Xiao Ming pursue immortality? I watch how he faces the pirates. It seems sadness will flow back into the sea. Slippery chicken face. Zhu Zion World. Pirate Treasure Island. May I ask who is holding Huang Ergu's head? Arrived at the shore. On the shore, those few pirates seeking help. The moment the temple was built. First, ancestors. You killed our leader. Could you throw a head on the ground? Pointed towards the direction of the cave. You guys, give me all the elite treasures in the cave. All moved onto that ship. A massive sailboat is docked by the shore. There are a total of 9 circles. Hoisted 12 sails. This is better than my own shabby one. Weave a canvas boat with horse grass. Much more impressive. Clearly, this is the treasure ship of Huang Ergu's pirate crew. It is their reliance on plundering the seas. May I ask if they abandoned the ship right then and there? From now on, I will sail the pirate treasure ship. Suddenly, is there a connection of the heart? It's a dangerous feeling. Could it be a reef? You can't abandon your own broken boat. May I go check the location that needs to be sensed? Look to see if it's a coral reef. He can't sail the pirate's huge ship by himself. Can only continue sailing my humble boat. You continue to load the treasure for me. Don't think about escaping. I've been watching you all. Before leaving, I gave a reminder. Those pirates who helped him move the treasure out of the cave. Yes, yes, yes. Immortal, don't worry. May I ask who is at the helm? Follow the call of your heart. Heading towards the goal. Half a day later. Can you see the surface of the sea in the distance? Dragon Spiral Road. A long river flows, tumbling between the sea of clouds, stirring up trouble. It is indeed a coral reef. Now on this vast sea, can generate a significant sense of danger and crisis. It can only be this reef, the opportunity of the coral reef, but it is extremely important. It concerns whether the earth spirit pearl can be obtained. The dragon god's ability cannot be practiced. a mutual assistance in the next 10 years. I dare not be negligent. Approach cautiously. Raging winds and giant waves. Is this modest-sized boat being impacted? The sea water splashed against my face. Makes it hard to open one's eyes. Please take out a wind-repelling talisman from the storage bag. Scraped from a certain island. The talisman flew out. Transform into a transparent dome. Isolate the raging winds around. The ship will still rise and fall on the choppy sea, but the risk factor is much lower. May I ask what's getting closer? Because the process of painting the dragon is painful, and the constantly jumping coral reefs. Human race, I don't want to die. Just leave the point of this crime. The beast whisperer talent has kicked in. Can you understand the meaning contained in the roar of the reef? Jiang Ku shouted. Coral reef, I am here to help you. The reef is clearly aligned. Consistent actions, because he can understand the words of this human. But this human doesn't have much cultivation. No divine consciousness. How can he have a conversation with himself? Hai Jiao was a bit confused. When his gaze fell upon this human, a strange sense of familiarity surfaced in my heart. This feeling is hard to describe. In short, let this reef not harm Qin's thoughts. Unless Qin Wen is asking for trouble. You want to kill someone. The coral reef halted the flow of spiritual energy within, gradually ending the process of painting the dragon. The raging winds and giant waves on the sea thus gradually calmed down. The dark clouds in the sky gradually dispersed. This reef has cultivated to the level of a ninth-grade auspicious beast. So, the reef is particularly long. It looks to be over 10 kilometers. If he successfully paints the dragon's body can break through 1,000 miles. Very spectacular. In the foundational cultivation techniques sent by the Heavenly Dao, it also introduced some basic knowledge about the demon race in this world. Monsters are among the demon race that can cultivate, the lowest kind. Above the demonic beasts are the spirit beasts. Next is the auspicious beast, Scion beast, and the legendary ancient divine beasts, demon beast, spirit beast, auspicious beast, Scion beast. Every one is classified into 9 ranks. They are quite different from the human race. The human race cultivates to continuously elevate their realm, and the demon clan is continuously cultivating. Break through one's own bloodline, just like this reef. During the 9-rank auspicious beasts period, it is a reef. Once broken through, it is a dragon. Bloodline breakthrough and realm breakthrough are still quite different. It's not enough to just have skills. Doing Tai Gong, after all, it's quite low end. No further details will be introduced. Human tribe, why don't you have spiritual awareness? Yet can communicate with me, the reef head covered in giant fish scales. Peering from afar, this one head, the boat is more than 10 times larger than Qin Wen's. The eyes of the reef, like a blue mirror hundreds of meters high. Qin Wen and the sea were reflected. I was born able to communicate with beasts. Oh, there are such people among the human race. You say, you are here to help me. How can you help? You are in the dragon painting team, right? But you have never succeeded. And every time it is very painful. You need the immortal treasures of the celestial realm. Suppress the residual blood within you. The shock of Coral Reef Town. How did you know? Qin asked with a smile. This is not the main point. I have an incomplete celestial treasure. Do you want to give it a try? Speaking, Qin took out a fragment of the Tianli wood from his bosom. He has simulated it many times already. This reef values martial ethics. Add the role of the beast fishers. Coral reefs will not harm themselves. nor will it forcibly seize his heavenly thunder. Mu Kenjai, I saw the remnants of the thunderwood. Hai Jiao carefully sensed. Indeed, it is a celestial treasure, but unfortunately it's only a fragmented part. No wonder I didn't sense his presence. The upcoming discussion, just like every time during the simulation, very smoothly, both parties reached an agreement. Qin asked to borrow the thunderwood from the sea reef for use. If the reef successfully draws the dragon across the tribulation, agreed to do three things for Qin Wen. Qin cleverly asked He Jiao, "Can you do five things?" He Jiao firmly told him, "At most three items. Cannot have any more." No wonder every simulation involves three things. It seems the version of myself in the simulation is also just a servant. But it didn't succeed. That was like the first thing. It's just a little cleverness to do three things again. No need to put on a show anymore. The divine dragon is not a magic lamp. He was just being trustworthy. Only agreed to three things. If Qin Wen causes chaos, he could easily just pack up and descend. The reef contained the remnants of the heavenly thunderwood that flew away. Qin made an appointment with him. Goodbye on the island of pirate treasure. It went quite smoothly. Next, we have to wait at least 13 days. The ship drifts aimlessly on the sea, bored and doing nothing. Qin Wen sent another simulation, due to an excess of spiritual energy now. No way but to simulate. This simulation will reveal a lifetime. Just treat it as honing your talent. Bring more gold, bring more gold. Qin Wen looked like a player in a card game, muttering before the simulation. Your 60th simulation. Now it begins. The talents you currently possess. The prodigy of 1111. Jin had no women in his heart. Possessed by the demon king. One piece golden IT. Golden blood cow. Dandy Jin beast speaker. Ascetic. Genius array master. Jin, your current state is crispy mirror. Simulate an event that requires a consumption of 1,000 spiritual energy points. Consume 1,000 spirit power, remaining 20,200. Day 1. You lent the remnants of the thunderwood to Hyjaya. Negotiate a good deal with him. Hyjaya hurried off to paint a dragon. Day 3. Clouds are scattered in the distance. Hedia successfully paints the dragon, beginning the tribulation. Day 13. The Hegia has completed the tribulation. I will return the remnants of the thunderwood to you. The first thing, you lent him 10 drops of golden blood, a piece of dragon spirit. He gives it to you without hesitation. The second thing, you asked him to retrieve the earth spirit pearl. Day 15. Your pirate king talent is sensing. A faraway place. The battle broke out. It should be Shenlong and Pinglai Zhenren who have made their move. Day 16. Shenlong returns, handing the earth spirit pearl to you. The third thing, you agreed to achieve it within 10 years. 18th day, you have absorbed the earth spirit pearl, sailing on the big and fast pirate ship, carrying a boat full of gold and silver treasures. Return to the fishing village. The whole village calls you the great hero. Immortal reincarnation. So awesome. Day 19. You carry this pile of treasures that you cannot take away. Return to the fishing village. All the gold and silver have been exhausted. The whole village sees you as a reborn parent. Natasha, Tom, and the others also received a share. Let this be their payment for the months of work on the ship. 20th day. You say goodbye to Natasha, Tom, Jerry, and the others, embarking on the path of cultivation alone. Day 40. You follow the location in your memory. Found the Dragon God Palace. Begin closed door training in place. Day 110. In the prodigy, ascetic monk, with the blessing of the talent of being unattached to women, your dragon god palace has broken through to the first level. Day 120. You have arrived at Nanshan Street. This is the largest in the southern wilderness. The way of the cultivator. It is also a place highly regarded by wandering cultivators. The collection of books at the Xuanji Gate. You were in the previous simulation. I have completely understood it. Do you know about joining the Xuanji sect? Unable to let your formation ability break through to the 9th rank. So, you decide to become a free-spirited hermit. As an 8th rank formation master, 8th rank alchemist, you don't have to worry about cultivation resources either. No need for a sect. Day 130. Among the wandering practitioners of Nanshan Street, a rumor was spreading. In a newly opened elixir shop on Nanshan Street, surprisingly, they are selling chicken eggs. Countless wandering cultivators flocked in. You tell everyone, Zhu Jai Dan Dan Fang is here. Want to build a chicken nest? Go gather forest and grass resources by yourself. You can refine elixirs for them. Only charge for processing fees. Day 131. The southern wilderness sect is in an uproar. For the wandering cultivators, Zhu Jai Dan means a lot to them. It is a huge obstacle. Unexpectedly, there is actually such an easy way right now. Obtain the chicken building pill. In an instant, Nan Huang San Xiumen. Start crazily entering and exiting the deep mountains and forests, searching for medicinal herbs, methods from various places. At the auction, Lin Cao on Juji Dandan Workshop. All have been emptied with a single stroke. The prices are getting higher and higher. The event, known as the Ju Jai Dan Public Incident. Outside the simulator, Qin Wen. A furrowed brow. I play quite well. Indeed, at the level of Qin Wen, the 8th-rank town mage. The entire Xuanji sect regards him as their master. Almost there. He doesn't need to join the Xuanji sect at all. As for other cultivation sects, join in. It's all just for a book of techniques. However, this kind of martial arts technique, it's not just the righteous sects that have this. Even, should say, as an 8th-rank town sorcerer, for an 8th-tier alchemist. Even if I don't join these sects, it's not too difficult to want it right. No, it's very easy. Having a skill to rely on. Truly unstoppable. Moreover, I have 2 skills at my disposal. Qin Wen pondered for a moment. The side profession of this cultivator, not just alchemy, Zhen Fa. There is also weapon forging, Pu, Gonfa, and so on. One should strive for comprehensive development. Everywhere is blooming, because there will always be a time when it's needed. Continue watching the simulation. Day 140. You have already collected materials for several scattered practitioners. Refined the chicken building pill. From their hands, you have harvested a lot of snacks. Day 141. Your name is known among the loose cultivators. Already well known. All artifact refining enters the scattered cultivation. Everyone is working hard to gather materials. I only seek to obtain a Jai Jai Dan. During the construction of the chicken coop, the repairs began. You are also a godlike being. They befriended you without any pretense, although you are just a fragile body. Day 150. A group of cultivators dressed in matching uniforms, driving a large flying apparatus, arrived at Nanshan Street. They are the disciples of Lin Danfang. Lin Danfang is one of the 9 major righteous sects of the southern wilderness. The disciples inside the door are all skilled in alchemy, the elixirs circulating in the southern wilderness. More than half of it was refined by them. Lin Danfang, Elder San, personally led the team, came knocking at the door, questioning why you broke the rules. Publicly building the chicken Dan flavor has not yet dispersed for cultivation. You didn't care about them. Let them refine the elixir before the stage. Just get lost if there's nothing going on. Ma Jai sees you being so arrogant. I'm going to show you what's what. You quietly took out an 8th grade elixir, the rich scent of medicine. The sound could be heard clearly within a radius of 10 miles. Ma Jai directly kneels down to you, directly addressing the senior above. Please allow me to pay my respects to you, because he himself until now, he's only a 6th rank alchemist. Only 6th grade elixirs can be refined. Among alchemists is not a measure of seniority. The skill of alchemy is what truly matters. Day 151. Ma Jai refuses to leave. He sees you as so young. Achievements have already reached such heights. Simply a divine being, desperately trying to drag you into the elixir workshop. He even promised you, after you get started, it's just a lack of homeowners. Today's homeowners can only step down or pass away. You can ascend to the throne immediately. Seeing this, Qin Wen smiled slightly. The layout of this elixir shop is not good. When the Xuanji sect saw me display my skills as a 7th grade formation master, just directly appoint me as the heir to the sect leader. Qin Wen has taken advantage of this. Still playing cute. From ancient times to the present. Where is the crispy strength? Only those who deserve such treatment. Mainly an 8th grade alchemist. Don't mention the southern wilderness anymore. Put in the middle. They are all one of a kind. On this day in the Qin Wen continent, various sub-professions of cultivators, the highest rank on the official titles is only 7th tier. Some might achieve the 8th rank by prodding, but kept a hidden card. Don't reveal it. But there is absolutely no 9th rank. Day 152. You can't stand Ma Jai's relentless persistence. Promise him you can regularly go to Lingdon Workshop to give lectures. As long as Lingdon Workshop can provide him with the appropriate rewards, it's fine. Joining Lingdon Fang or something like that is fine. You don't like being bound by the sect. Ma Jai nodded like a calculator. Protect your safety. After all, you are still fragile. Day 300. You are already a renowned 8th grade alchemist in Nanhuang, and you play both sides. During this time, there are also dark forces knocking at the door. I'll help you refine the elixir. You also practice. As long as the other party offers compensation, those in the demonic path are more righteous than those in the righteous path. They originally lacked an alchemist. After you helped a few powerful figures in the magical world, the entire demon path has been ordered. Do not harm yourself, and I will protect you well. So, in your small alchemy room, there is often a righteous path, the entrance and exit of the demon path. They are in your house. Absolutely no arguing or fighting. But as soon as you step out of your door, and so, past grievances began to resurface. Endless struggle. Day 301. With your current status, the martial arts techniques of each sect. Which one do you want to refine? Just refine which one. To the Grand Elder of the Liang sect, refine a coin. You can increase the power of the beast for 60 years. Kip and Daniao Diu and Dan, you took it from the Burning Sun sect. They obtained their high-quality land tier, vitality attribute cultivation method, holy flame technique, in the fierce Sun sect. No one has refined it. The high-level cultivation of the Burning Sun sect. It is another low-grade earth-level martial arts technique. If there are better cultivation methods, why not practice them? It is because of those who cultivate the sacred flame technique. If there isn't a special physique like the holy fire body, the effects of this technique, it is only equivalent to the spirit rank. By flipping through the Sacred Flame Sutra, you learned about the purple flame sacred body. It's just a type of holy fire body. There are 4 types of sacred fire in the world, and the 5 sacred fire forms can be compatible in one person, although this technique is not of the heavenly level. But if a cultivator possesses the sacred fire body, the effect of refining, it's comparable to the heavenly steps, can keep refining until achieving ascension to immortality. And the more types of sacred fire body one possesses, the quality of the martial arts technique will become higher. Are there really 4 types of fruit? May I ask about 4-dimensional divergence? Thinking about my holy fire physique. It's not something innate. It's from eating that ziming salt. That's very likely. The other 4 types of sacred fire bodies. It can also be transformed through external means. The 2nd year, you run a herbal medicine business. Enhanced cultivation. 3rd year, you have acquired certain resources, beginning to explore the southern wilderness. Collect materials to repair the great relocation town. This year, you have successfully established your foundation. 4th year, you asked Lin Dan Fang for help. I have provided you with the quota for the 7 absolute trials. For you this, respecting the supreme elder of the sect, the next crispy disciple, a teacher whom everyone deeply respects. This little favor, no problem at all. 5th year, you are in the realm of the 7 deadly traps. Gained the great migration town, and many rare spiritual herbs. Treasure. Material. After coming out of the situation, you head straight to the location of Bejao Ridge Road. You hold a high position in the southern wilderness. Well informed. The location of Bejao Ling Road. I had already gathered all the information. At this moment, you at the 4th level of foundation building. To defeat Bajialing Road, still need to rely on something. Dragon God Palace and Heavenly Thunder Trees. Plus, you can use formations. The final process of obtaining the antlers. It's still pretty relaxed. The 6th year, the resources of the southern wilderness are indeed not as abundant as those of the central land. Repair the materials of Danwei town. Many have already gone extinct in the southern wilderness. You decide to journey to Middle Earth. On this day, you exchanged for the divine dragon. As the many cultivators looked on in astonishment, you left like a dragon. From then on, southern wilderness left countless legends about you. Some say you are a celestial being. An 8th rank alchemist is not your true limit. Actually, you are the legendary elixir master. Some say you are the embodiment of the divine dragon and command the dragon clan of the world. Some say you are a terrestrial immortal. The mundane has ascended. Wait, wait, wait. The 7th year, after sending you to Middle Earth, the divine dragon ascended right in place. Once again, it caused a stir in Middle Earth. You are everywhere in Middle Earth, searching for materials to repair Dan Nuoyi town. There is a earth spirit pearl within the body. You do not cultivate your realm. It can also rise gradually. 8th year, through the Du Shu formation, the spiritual stone obtained from the elixir. You will gather the materials needed to repair Danuo town, all gathered together. The restoration of Danuo Yi town was successful. You directly transported yourself to Wanshu Mountain. Do you want to come here? Breaking the last seal of the bronze ancient tomb. But you didn't learn from the previous simulation the memory of inheriting the location of the bronze ancient tomb. And this year, The bronze ancient tomb has not yet been discovered. Facing the vast mountains. You gave up. Let's wait until the time comes. Naturally, someone can dig it out. Ninth year. Your realm has reached the seventh layer of foundation establishment. These years, you have discovered a problem. When you don't use some high-frequency arrays anymore, there are many high-level formations to acquire. It's very troublesome and laborious. You want, if you can practice on your own. It can save a lot of time and effort in this aspect. So, you have refined the Bai Dan, elixir of rejuvenation, disguising himself as a 15-year-old with no cultivation, joined one of the 9 sects of the righteous path in Middle-earth, the divine armament sect. Shenbing Men is similar to Lingdan Fang, like the Xuanji Gate, a sect specializing in a specific cultivation sub-profession. The Divine Weapon sect is the sacred place for blacksmiths on the Tianshuan continent. Here are the finest artifact artisans, the most complete theory of artifact forging, the most abundant refining experiment site, and the almost limitless crafting materials. The Divine Soldier sect has a rule: the art of forging in the doorway. Only teach those with a clean background, disciples summoned from the mundane world, those who have already attained cultivation, no matter how excellent, or have any relationship. They all refuse to accept it. I understand. This is a position only for recent graduates, the sect that doesn't engage in public recruitment. So, you are just pretending to be without cultivation. A 15-year-old enters. Moreover, you know you don't have the relevant talent. Like ordinary disciples, step by step, start from the basics. It's also a good thing. The 10th year, the supernatural abilities are still there. Make your learning process much faster than peers from the same period. You have grasped a bit of the basics of artifact forging. I can refine some low-grade magical tools now. You discovered refining tools is more difficult than refining elixirs. The formation needs to be more complex. During the artifact refining process, various materials for design, everyone needs to be very familiar with its composition and characteristics. Seeing this point, outside, Qin Wen's expression changed dramatically. It seems I have acquired a new skill again. I was just thinking. One must strive for comprehensive development. Now let's see the life simulated in the game. He went to learn forging by himself, as mentioned in the simulation. I can forge weapons myself. No need to set up formations every time. Everyone is going to acquire the array device. This is very troublesome. Moreover, it is also not reliable. Only the formations crafted by oneself. Only then did I truly understand. The 11th year. Because your learning progress is fast. The higher-ups of the divine soldiers have noticed you. You will become an ordinary disciple from the outer gate, promoted to an elite outer sect disciple. But unfortunately, your prodigious talent, by this year, it will be gone. Go back to studying the complex knowledge of refining tools. You discovered it has become quite difficult for you to understand. The 12th year. Your realm has reached the 9th layer of stationary foundation. Do you think it's time to seclude yourself and break through to the golden core? But on the surface, you are just a newly arrived disciple of the weapon refinement realm. If your identity is exposed, are you worried that the divine soldiers will sweep you out? After all, this lousy company doesn't hire non-English speakers. So, you received a task from the sect to complete down the mountain, temporarily left the divine weapons. Seclusion and refinement. Can't live without a cave. The so-called cave dwelling. Gathering points of spiritual energy on the spiritual pulse. on the spiritual veins occupied by various sects. There are more or less some. However, your current identity is inconvenient, only alone in the deep mountains and forests. Let's see if there are any fish that slipped through the net. The 13th year, you gave up. Cave dwellings are such a treasure. It's unlikely there are any that got away. You thought of two solutions. First type, disguise the identity again. Reveal the 8th grade alchemy, the power of the 8-rank formation. Regain your title of dual champion. With this noble identity, borrow a cave dwelling from a certain sect. It's still very easy. Second type, go and occupy the spiritual vein caverns of those small sects. The spiritual veins occupied by the small sects are all very small. The cave is few and the spiritual energy is not very abundant. But you have the Earth Spirit Pearl. It's okay if the cave quality is a bit lacking. After thinking it over, you decide on the second option. Give up the first method. It is because people fear shining like a pearl and fear collisions. Do you think it's better to hold back a little? During the simulation earlier, it is to enter the Tianji Pavilion. Only then did the strength reveal itself. There's no need for that now. Moreover, secluded in someone else's sect. Always feel unsafe. What if the other party has ill intentions? On someone else's territory. It feels a bit unsettling. Strong performance in the middle. Small sects are not to be underestimated. It's not your goal. You need to go to the surrounding temple area. Find a small dark magic sect. Even if one acts on behalf of heaven. You can also create a cave for yourself. At this moment, Lan Huan was in the midst of the demon-slaying war. In a complete mess. You're too lazy to wade through the muddy waters. You used the great shift array, transported to Dongzhu Hell. Seeing this, the news has become exciting. A new map has been unlocked. Simulating so many times. Actually, I've only been to Nanhuang. Midway, this is Dongzhu's first time going. May I ask for an estimate? The level of cultivators in the Eastern Zhu. It should be similar to Nanhuang, almost worse than halfway. However, after more than a decade following the demon suppression war in Nanhuang, we are about to completely become the last in the 5 realms. The 14th year, after thorough inquiries and careful selection in the Eastern Zhu period, you have set your sights on someone named the third-rate demon Path of Blood Saber sect, inside the Blood Blade Gate, the one with the highest cultivation. He's just a sect master at the 8th level of foundation establishment. The total number of disciples in the sect is less than 100. The cultivation method they practiced. It is constantly writing skills for the knife bearer. Practice until the end. It is the knife that fights alongside the person, instead of the knife being controlled by a person. Very sinister. The spiritual vein they occupy, on a small mountain called Qingshui Mountain. You could say it's the smallest kind. There is only one cave. You hold the 7 ultimate realms in your hands. The ancient sword obtained from the ancient castle. Ling Tongjian attacked the Dominance Blade sect. The other party activated the protective barrier. A mere 3rd tier formation. You solved it in no time. Laid a reverse formation of the Heavenly Fire Extinction Array. Burn the entire mountain peak clean with fire. Not a single chicken or dog left behind. Just as you set up the 8-fold confusion formation. In the chaos of the stars, someone emerges from the earth within the mountainside. This is actually a great cultivator at the golden core stage. He questions you. Why did Tuta kill the Badao men? It seems the news was incorrect. This place also hides an old man with a golden elixir mirror. However, he has just reached the first layer of the golden elixir. The four-story dragon god palace you have now is. He was beaten into a mist of blood on the spot. He exclaimed before he died, "Dragon god palace, what is your relationship with the Long family? It's a pity you can't stay for official matters. Otherwise, I want to ask what the Long family is all about. 15th year, you are on the spiritual vein of Qingshui Mountain. Set up the eightfold confusion array. 8th rank defensive formation. 8th rank gathering Kai formation. Around the cave. Another deadly array is set up. No one in the world can disturb your retreat. There exists a talent for asceticism, secluding oneself for such monotonous tasks. For you, very efficient. Less than half a year. You have finished your retreat. Successfully broke through to the Golden Core realm on the day you emerge from the pass. You originally planned to return to Middle Earth. After all, you are the elite disciples from the outer sect of the Divine Soldiers. It has already disappeared for 2 or 3 years. It's time to go back. But just at that moment, you suddenly feel something in your heart. This familiar feeling. Do you know it's the talent of the Pirate King? Sensed the opportunity. Isn't this lad? You look to the east. It turns out this mountain is not far to the east. It is the ocean. This barely counts as a seaside. Pirate King talent can barely play a role. You follow the guidance of your talent. On a steep cliff by the sea, a green Ganodermo was discovered. The Heavenly IT tells you, Sainu Lingdai, genius treasure. It has been 10,000 years. After consuming it, one can obtain the wood spirit root, or improve the quality of the wood spirit root. This is similar to Xining Yanzi, a genius treasure that can change one's spiritual roots. Grown on such steep cliffs, again in the blind spot by the seaside, no wonder it can survive for 10,000 years. Right when you are about to pick, a sound of something breaking through the air came. You sensed danger. You and Yin Jing. The other party arrived too quickly. Not only did it take away the Lingjai and scattered a bunch of flower petals towards you, you feel dizzy and disoriented. Hurry and find the antidote in the storage bag. The other party made a move. Your storage belt is in his hands now. Seeing this, outside the simulator, Qin Wen let out a long sigh. The new map is indeed dangerous. This is about to happen next door again. This simulation has only lasted 15 years. There are still many things left to do. The breaking of the cocoon in the bronze ancient tomb, the legacy of the fiery sun-sword god. I haven't learned much about refining tools yet. Upon closer inspection, the simulation is not over yet. I wasn't dead after all. There is more to come. You are adorned by an unidentified primordial shadow. Brought him back to his cave. After waking up, you discover that your entire spiritual power has been sealed, unable to operate. What's even scarier is, you are so smooth all over. Turning my head to take a look, the woman who brought you back is a skilled remover of original yin, also completely bare. The Eye of Heaven T tells you, Shangyuan Yuer, woman, 21 years old, Yuan Yin 9 layers, elder of the Zioya sect, dual cultivation master. Once upon a time, Chanian T reveals Shangyuan Yuer's past romantic history. Fully revealed, but you're not interested in looking ahead. I saw the words dual cultivation master. You only know what will happen next. But this woman is over 1,000 years old, although she took a pill similar to Zhu Yan Dan, or some genius treasure. Physical appearance and figure, they all remained in their 20s. At first glance, it's quite tempting, but in your heart, you are rejecting it. Over 1,000 years old. Still a dual cultivation expert. What are all those messy shapes? The 16th year, Shang Yuer is captivated by your beauty, forcibly made you practice dual cultivation with her for a year. She said you are still young. Not only is their physical strength good, moreover, the realm has reached the first layer of Jindan. As long as you willingly practice dual cultivation with her, the next leader of the Zioao sect will be you. To escape, you can only endure humiliation and bear the burden. Continue dual cultivation. Whoa, this is so damn. This kind of experience. Qin Wen is dead. No one could have imagined. I've heard of dual cultivation sects, but it is not tolerated for the right path. It was touched by Huaru. There's nothing wrong with normal dual cultivation. Cultivators are not stones. There is also a demand. Dual cultivation can satisfy the needs of both parties, can still improve cultivation. It is even helpful for breaking free from constraints. But the dual cultivation sect is not normal dual cultivation. They are endlessly practicing dual cultivation and constantly changing dual cultivation partners. Be more ruthless. Directly during the dual cultivation, absorb the opponent's cultivation and energy. What is not the way of magic? Damn it. I have noted down this Shangyuan Yuer. When you go to the Eastern Jew in the future, you must be careful. You must not let him catch you. It's all my fault for being so damn handsome. This life is not over yet, although it looks a bit soundproof. You still have to finish watching. Remember the information. It will be helpful for the future. 17th year. You pretended to accept Shangyuan Yuer, cultivating harmony and beauty with him. He didn't deceive you either. Guide you into the higher echelons of the Zioao sect. You have become an elder. The 18th year. Shangyuan Yuer intends to cultivate you as the new sect leader. He has a lot of influence within the sect. Everyone has no objections. The 19th year. Have you ever tried to escape? But Shangyuan Yuer has a tight grip on you. You can't leave the boundaries of the Zioao sect at all. 20th year. Shangyuan Yuer suddenly cried and told you he wanted to break through to the transformation stage. But it's always just a little bit short. Only then can we approach that threshold. He felt you can only sacrifice your vitality. Gave him a helping hand. Because of all these years, you are the most compatible with him for dual cultivation. And you are the youngest. The spirit is at its peak. You, damn it, your grandfather. You struggle desperately, but you have long been controlled by him with a goo worm, limiting your inner strength. You can only let him swallow your entire long bound. The final dual cultivation. He has drained your cultivation and life essence. You feel so good. Seeing this, Qin Wen was stunned. This, the speed at which this woman changes her expression. Ah, spit! This old woman. How can one change their face just like that? Just now, you were able to help me with farming. Need to practice dual cultivation. To cultivate. Turned around and drained herself dry. Whoa, what the hell? The death came a bit suddenly. But it seems to be an inevitability. An old monster who has lived for over 1,000 years. What a useless relationship. In the end, tears still flowed. That is the crocodile's tears. Forget it. Take a gamble with a bite. Never trust the words of an old monster again. There are many cruel things in the world of cultivation. Carelessly trapped and met my demise. It's all quite normal. Imagination is also. Cultivators have a lifespan longer than ordinary people. Many things encountered. Nature's various peculiar happenings. Can encounter everyone. Let's see how this reward turns out. The simulation has ended. You can choose one of the following talents. 1. Playboy. That You have a great affinity with women, but it's very empty. Be mindful of moderation. 2. The dragon plays with the needle. Blue. Your bed is simply extraordinary. No matter how much you consume, still in great shape. Eating mom's fragrance. 3. Lucky 100%. Qin. You can change a coordinate every month. The level of this coordinate is randomly between 1 and 100. This coordinate has a 50% chance of being coincidence. A 50-50 chance is a disaster. The higher the level, the better the opportunity, or the disaster is even greater. Random level of coordinates in the same month across different simulations. It is fixed. Make a decision.